What up, y'all? Welcome back to the channel. Today, we're going to recap the finale of Young and Reckless Season 3. Let's get into it. So, the episode starts off with Blue and Hennessy outside having a conversation about their beef. And so, basically, one night they're all partying, Blue on FaceTime. So, the episode starts off with Blue and Hennessy outside having a conversation about their beef. And I guess some night when Blue was on FaceTime with her homegirl, she was pointing out Kennedy because that's who she had beef with. And she was telling her homegirl, like, look, the girl I had beef with, Kennedy. And Hennessy was nearby, and I guess Hennessy thought she was talking about her. She turned around and she was like, "Who? Do you need that? Do you need that? Do I need that?" And then I guess she had brought up something about Blue's dead friend, deceased friend. And it just went left from there. And that's what they talked about. So then I don't know. The conversation was kind of civilized. That's why then all of a sudden they was like, "Do you want to fight?" And then Blue said, "Yeah." And they got up and they ran 3 rounds. The first round, I'm gonna have to give it to Hennessy. The second round, it was a tie. The third round, I want to say it was Blue, but it was kind of giving tie. But if you want to say Blue took it, I give it to Blue. Yeah. After they fight, they're all separated, and Ferrari comes into Blue room. And, she's checking on her or whatever. And then in the confessional, Blue like, "Oh, I don't fuck with Ferrari." Because apparently Ferrari never sent her condolences or never came and checked on her after her friend passed. We're just kind of messed up. You the host, you gotta be more professional than that. Because, come on. Then in the next scene, we got Caribbean making her way to Hennessy and Kayla. But she runs into Hennessy on the way. And Hennessy like, "No, I'm not fighting you right now. I'm fighting you later. Remember that." And so then she make her way to Kayla's room. And Kayla like, "What? She coming to my room?" So Kayla go out there. They in front of the room door. And they get to thumping. Kayla just like was ready. Like she always say. She don't mind. They fighting. They going at it. I'm not gonna cap. This was a good fight. Like Caribbean was blow, 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 pow, pow. Caleb was boom, pow, 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 pow. They was getting in there. So this was definitely like a solid tie. It was a good tie. They was really whooping on each other, if you ask me. So it was a tie. So then they skipped to Sai and Legacy sitting down. I guess talking about they beef from the first season of Young and Reckless. And it was something about some shades. It was petty. Something about Sai let Legacy borrow her shades because she had a black eye, but Sai didn't know that the shades was going to be given to Legacy or whatever. And then whatever that was about. Then they talk about Legacy was getting jumped, and then Sai got into it. She was like, "Well, I got my lick back." Legacy was like, "I got my lick back, so we good." And then Sai was like, "Yeah." But Sai was low-key antagonizing. It's like, how you going to antagonize somebody that whooped your ass like 2 or 3 times already? What are you doing? Just let it go. Then they cut back to the commotion with Caribbean and Hennessy. And I guess Caribbean wrap up her finger because Kayla had bit her while they was fighting. If you can't beat them, bite them. So Kayla bit her. So anyways, I guess she done wrapped it up. She feeling better. And she said, "Come on, Hennessy, come on." So they go out there. And Hennessy, pull her hair, overpower her. Hennessy took the first round. She did. Because I just feel like Caribbean should let her finger just rest for a couple more minutes. You just got bit. You can't ball up and be tussling like that. Give it a minute. So then after they show us that, we cut back to Zanaya talking to Legacy. And basically, she apologizing for dick writing Ferrari. And she said that she wasn't going to fight Legacy, but you swung on her. And Legacy swung back. Y'all would have what? Y'all would have fought. But anyway, so Zanaya apologized. Because I guess in her confessional, she said that Ferrari nice, but she two-faced. So you apologize because Ferrari showed that side to you, huh? Yeah. But then after Zanaya apologized to Legacy, she sit down with Sai and Ken, and it was Blue and Zanaya. And so they're talking about the whole, you said you was going to jump Caleb with me and Hennessy. And they just like, "Cup and please, no, we didn't say that." They trying to say there was a miscommunication. But Zanaya like, "Nah, Yeah, I heard what I heard, and y'all meant it how I heard it. So that was like standing on business. And then so I guess Cy and Kennedy, I low-key feel like they was like, y'all said that shit because they didn't want no smoke. First Cy left peacefully and quietly. She didn't want none of that. But you know, Kennedy, big mouth Kennedy, she just kept going and kept going and kept going. And they separated them and they walking off. And as a night, like, I'm bitches anyways, because that's what I do. And I'm like, yeah, please do. Please get Kennedy 2 times for me. And then so Kennedy go with the other girls. And so like, I knew it was going to pop it when you get over there with the other girls. And then she like, I want to, come on then. So Kennedy, she walk out to the grass, like, you know, acting like she going to square up. Zanaya get up there, Zanaya square up too. And they start arguing. And Kennedy walk off again. You just all talk. You talk too much. You're really not even that funny. Not to us. Not to the viewers, you're not. Now, they back in the house in the little living room or common area, whatever you want to call it. And this time it's Caribbean. She running around too with Hennessy. And when I tell you, she dog walked the hell out of Hennessy, I was just so happy. I said, thank you, Caribbean. Thank you. You was too quiet, huh? They didn't like you quiet, now you showing them. And it's kind of like, because, I don't know, I did like Hennessy on the other show that she was on. What was it, Mean Girls? I liked her on Mean Girls. And you get on Young and Reckless, and I'm not feeling you. I don't know if you're trying to be up Kayla ass too much. I don't know. But I'm glad Caribbean beat your ass, for real. Zigzagged you all across that little living room. So after that, Ferrari calls a meeting with all the original Young and Reckless girls. So it was herself. It was Cy, Nug, Mel, and Legacy. And you know, they was talking about the season, how it all went down. And Ferrari, like, I don't know, she clocked Legacy. She said, I'm glad you came here. You stood on business without Mel. Because last season when you was there with Mel, you was all up under her ass. And I was like, oh, true. And then we got Nug. Nug was like, yeah, I know we talking about the original baddies. Not baddies. The original OGs. But I'm an OG too. This is my second season. Whoop, whoop, whoop. And I came and stood on business. And they're just like, yeah. No, you just didn't get beat up this time like you did last season. I'll give you that. And while they were talking, Cy says, you know, to bring back the girls that showed you that they got your back, you know, ain't gonna do no dirty shit with you. And for some reason, Mel, she doesn't want to throw shade at Ivory. She gonna say, oh, the bitch that slammed you, kicked you into the bathtub. And then Ford was like, do you see her here? She's not here. And then they can see the same thing. You see her here? They're not, Ivory, you got them pressed, and you're not even there. Why? Now they going out for the last night. Everybody in separate sprinters. You know how they do. And whatever sprinter Mel on, she talking big mess about Kennedy. She like, oh, I be supporting Kennedy and reposting her, and she don't repost mine. And then apparently they had a booking, and on the flyer, Kennedy basically waxed Mel out and act like it was her booking. And then when they get to the spot they was at, Ferrari get messy, and she like, oh, what's up with you? And asks Kennedy, what's up with you and Mel? And Kennedy like, what? And then Ferrari tell Mel, come over here. And then for some reason, Mel was like, I don't feel like talking. She know what she did. But it's like, why you doing it? Mel, come on. Because don't do that. Because you was talking all that mess in the sprinter. Then when it's time for you to really say what you said in the sprinter to her face, you don't want to say it. And that's why I'm like, was y'all on some, you know, little lesbianist, because that's what it's giving. Y'all was talking in that way, and it didn't go right. Like everybody being petty. You know, the little LGBT love, toxic drama that be going on. So nothing happens. They get to eat, and then they start partying. And then at the very end of the episode, Mel, she's on stage, and she getting like the flowers. And she just, bow, she bought Mel with the flowers. And then, bow, she mopped Lauren with the flowers. And then they just going ham. And then I don't know where they took Lauren. Not Lauren. I don't know where they took Kennedy. Kennedy was somewhere in the cut, yelling like she always do. But then they had Lauren in the cut on the other side, and then Minnie come out of nowhere and she sneak Lauren, and then they leave the episode off as that, and that was the season finale of Young and Reckless season 3. And I guess they'll get the phasing at the reunion. But that's all I got for this season of Young and Reckless season 3. Like, comment, subscribe. See y'all in the next recap.